At this sexual tension when my pencil is sketching, I just scribble a little riddle that's upon the protection. Oh, hey. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I just been playing some PS3, listening to my new favorite CD, Shneal, the Rite of Passage Mixtape. Well, since you're here, let's talk about this CD. I got nothing better to do.
I started with one breath, developed into one step.
After the intro, Daydreaming. Daydreaming is a real close track to me. You know, I worked real hard on it. There's a lot of inspirational writing to myself. You know, I kind of just write what I feel. When I'm in a bad place, I like to write inspirational to get me out of that bad place. I guess my favorite part of Daydreaming would have to be the end of that first verse. I'm talking about, you know, doing this shit makes me not feel like Hollow Man, invisible, dismissible. I want reciprocation, I received the reciprocal. She lost a lot of interest, but we still got the principle. I lit the bowl, hit and pulled the shit to feel invincible. I'm daydreaming. It's real personal to me. Let a lot of myself show on that track. You know, I was kind of vulnerable during that track, and you know, I'm gonna spit what I feel. I'm not gonna put up a front for anybody. It's how I feel. I'm one of those people who has a hard time falling out of love. You know, I feel a deep emotion, and the spot I was in, I just had to write about it. You know, I try to use a lot of metaphors in that as well. You know, there's a lot of fish in the sea, and I'm just a man fishing. In my small pond, I had a handful of women, but the ones that I caught would just rather be swimming. You know what I'm saying?
Just like an ugly wall can be hidden with pain.
Track 4, Kamikaze Pilot. A lot of people, I think, maybe you know, took this track too literal. You know, my mom was all worried I was suicidal or some shit, and you know, I've heard a couple other people say, you know, oh, it's a little darker for me, but really, what it's all about is just, you know, no matter what it takes, I'm gonna be heard. You know, I'm gonna cross that river, I'm gonna drown in the current, and the way you do that, you know, sometimes you have to, you know, sometimes you have to yell to make everybody silent. Basically, you have to make a statement. You know, if I gotta crash that plane to make everybody finally hear me, it's, you know, it's gonna be done.
I've been looking in the wrong type of bottle for a genie.
Track 5, Genie. Genie was one of those songs I had a slow week writing. I actually had the hook written down for a while, and I found a beat for it, and I was gonna go more emotional with it. You know, I've been looking in the wrong type of bottle for a genie. You know, let's talk about, you know, a spot I was at, and I decided to go more of a party track on it once I found the beat. And I know it's a lot of people's favorite. You know, I'm glad I've got a song that people like to party and drink to. So, yeah, that's Genie. Track 6, One Way Road. I've heard from a lot of people that this is their favorite track on the mixtape. And I think it's because Audrey just outshined me on this track. You know, me and Audrey have been friends since middle school, and she came up to visit from Florida one week, and you know, we had been talking for a while how we wanted to do something. And she's got an amazing voice. She came over and pretty much just dominated on that track.
Walk into my dude's house and my shit's bumping. How come everyone I see suddenly wanna
Track
spit
7,
something?
First. Another one of those tracks that you know, I was having kind of a there wasn't much going on that week during writing. I was trying to lay a track down every week during this mixtape, and just wasn't a whole lot of progression within my life, I guess. So I wanted to do something that was a little more fun. You know, still incorporated some things that were going on in my life. You know, walking to my dude's house and my shit's bumping. How come everyone I see suddenly wanna spit something?
What is life? Life's the best bowl of soup you gotta eat with a knife. It's the funnest puzzle,
Track 8,
but you're missing half
Life.
the pieces.
I think as far as lyrics go, Life is probably the most lyrically sound on the whole mixtape. It is the second track I recorded for the album, for the mixtape, and you know, I went hard on it, and Life actually was written and recorded in about 2 hours, and I would have mixed it better, but once I finished it, I forgot to save the raw bones of the project to mess with it, and all I had was the finished project. And you know, I tried redoing it a couple times and it didn't sound like I wanted it to, so I kept the original.
I have to spend the night in county. I wonder what the world will do without me.
Track number 9, 12 Hours in County. 12 Hours in County is actually probably my least favorite track on the whole mixtape. You know, not for the fact of lyrics or how it sounds or anything like that, because I actually wrote pretty well on that track. It's a more just, I don't like getting reminded of the bullshit. You know, it's a
We don't have to rush, taste best when you marinate. I ain't Superman.
S on chest. It was actually one of the last tracks I recorded for the mixtape, and you know, a lot of people are always like, you know, oh, you're trying to be the next Eminem, or you're trying to be the next Mike Posner or whatever, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to be the first me. You know, a lot of rappers talk about, you know, being Superman. You know, I walk around like I got a S on my chest, and I got to thinking, you know, if there's an S on my chest, then it stands for Shneal, because I'm just who I am. And it's kind of more of a me spitting game at a girl kind of track. And, you know, I'm not Superman, but you could take it or leave it. I'm going to be 100% me all the time. So.
I'm going to tell y'all something that you have to know. I smash the flow. It's because I'm an animal.
Track
You want to put a
11,
nigga out, better
Animal
grab the
Instinct.
fofo and blast it.
Animal Instinct was the first track I recorded for the whole mixtape. You know, I was kind of in a bad spot when I started putting this mixtape together, and I'm a big fan of Hobson, and you know, he was running a deal on collabs, so I jumped on before you know, he got big. He's gonna be big soon. So I got on and I figured, hey, if I'm gonna start spending money on this and start taking it seriously, then that's what I'm gonna do, you know.
I was told to undermine my thoughts and escape the nonsense. Find happiness in normal and embrace the
Track
consciousness.
12, Can't Dive In. Personally, it's my favorite track on the whole mixtape. You know, I meant a lot of things I said on there, and you know, I took a couple punches, took a couple swings on some people that I love, but you know, it's just the place I was at, and you know, I kind of felt that, you know, these deep emotions I was feeling. I looked around and kind of was like, man, everybody else just being shallow, you know, and all these shallow people, I just can't dive in, you know, because if neither side scores, then neither side wins. I see the sly grins, and I know I can't trust. I'm the only stainless one, so I know they can rust. You know, I felt that shit, and you know, I still feel it.
Sleeping with the enemy 100 feet ahead of you, and I'm not talking centipede. Not
Track 13, Shadows. It's actually the last track I wrote and recorded for the album, you know. There's a lot of good punchlines in there. You know, there's a reason why the opposite of give up is take down. You know, that's some real shit. And you know, it kind of sums up what a lot of my music is about. You know, it's a battle within myself. You know, getting over things. You know, I feel like sometimes when I'm in a bad spot, the writing's good, and then when I get out of that bad spot, my writing's bad, and I struggle with trying to find the balance between being in a good spot and writing well. Just another internal battle I have.
So, but don't tell the other me, my only sibling's my sister, but I know who my brothers. Can't stop these emotions.
Track 14, on and on and on and on and on. That's my shit, man. I heard that beat and I had to put something on it. You know, it's a kind of a metaphorical track about, you know, just throwing rocks out in the ocean, or, you know, skipping rocks out of the pond. You know, the bigger the rock you have, the more people will feel the ripple. You know, the bigger the idea I have, more people will feel the ripple, and I'm just searching for that big rock. It was one of the first songs I did for the mixtape, and it was one of the songs where I stepped my game up on it. I feel like I gained some confidence in what I was doing, and confidence within the project itself.
Flows, I know the highest of the highs bring the lowest of the lows.
Track 15, Wings. You know, Wings kind of sums up the whole mixtape in one track. You know, I'ma love deep even when it stings so. I'ma get high even though it brings lows. I'm patiently waiting and leaving when my wings grow. Thanks for listening to me talk about me for like 13 minutes or whatever, however long it was. But listen, thank you for the support. And if you don't have my mixtape yet, please grab it. It's free. It's at www.facebook.com/Shneal1. Yep, and thanks for everybody for listening. And yeah, I'll get at you soon. New mixtape coming out around New Year's.